Welcome back, folks, to another fantastic episode on the Hot Take Podcast Network. The most unique podcast name, if you look on Spotify. Easy to find us. There's only like one or two other Hot Take names, so it should be real easy. Without one of our co-hosts, Josh, I guess he had better shit to do today. So it's just me and Dean, the human shredder. How are you, Dean?
The human shredder. What is that supposed to mean?
I don't fucking know. I heard it today. I thought it sounded cool.
Interesting. I'm good. I mean, just got done watching that Bucks game. Bucks in 7.
Yeah,
By the time this airs, they'll probably have lost in 7, and that'll be terrible.
Yes. If you remember last time, I said they were gonna get swept, and at first I thought so. But then, they actually started playing basketball. So I'm happy to be wrong.
Yeah, when they went down 0-2, it was looking a little scary, but just because of how badly they got blown out, it was like, oh, do we even stand a chance?
Yeah.
But then they came home and they won both their home games, and then you're like, okay,
Yeah,
we're winning the home game, so that's important.
Yeah, it's looking better.
And we just won another one, so win one on the road, and we got the series. It's best of one now.
That's true.
And no Kyrie Irving, so James Harden doesn't seem to be doing too much, so it's looking not too bad.
Yeah, I happened to catch the final 8 minutes of the game tonight, June 17th, as of this recording, and that's probably the longest I've watched a basketball game since Game 7 of the 2016 NBA Finals, where I watched the full game of that because I was intrigued. I wanted LeBron. That was the only time I ever rooted for LeBron to win, because I hated Golden State just because.
I think everybody who wasn't a Golden State fan hated Golden State.
Yeah, people. I think LeBron haters even took the series off for that one because they're like, well, somebody's got to beat these dicks.
Yeah. And I feel like that's how a lot of people feel about the Nets too. I think a lot of people are hoping the Bucks can pull this one off because nobody wants to see a super team win. That just encourages more super teams. Nobody wants that.
Yeah, I didn't even realize they were a super team until I started watching, and I was like, oh shit, look at all these guys. And then Blake Griffin, I forgot he existed. And then
that's because Blake Griffin couldn't even jump when he was on the Pistons, but now all of a sudden he's dunking and dropping 20 a game. Now that he's on Brooklyn, all right.
Oh, you think he was sandbagging over there?
Yeah, I mean, they were absolutely terrible. There's no reason to try.
That's true. Yeah, well, and what are you going to do, right? So yeah, but I picked a really boring 7 minutes to watch, although you said off the air that the game itself was very exciting.
Oh, yeah. I mean, like, in the, I want to say, I don't know if the entirety of what I'm about to describe happened in the fourth quarter, or if it was a combination of the end of the third and into the fourth. But the Bucks were up 7, I want to say, and they go on a 10-0 run. So they're up 17 or 15 or something like that.
That was in the fourth quarter, I believe, because I watched part of that.
But then Brooklyn went on a 10-0 run, and the lead was back to 5. And then right after that 10-0, the Bucks went on another 10-0 run. So it was literally 10-0 runs, 3 of them consecutively, back and forth. It was crazy. The momentum in that game was left and right.
Yeah, I caught the second Bucks 10-0 run. So of course I was watching like, is this even a game? What the fuck?
Yeah, no, it was crazy. It was getting scary. It was kind of looking like it was going to be another game 5, honestly, when the Bucks blew that 14-point lead or whatever they had. I wasn't able to watch that game.
Yeah, I heard
because I was working, but
I heard a lot of bad press about that game. Everyone was very disappointed in the Bucks.
Yeah.
And apparently Kevin Durant had a historic day, and I was like, oh, that's cool.
49 points, 17 rebounds, and 10 assists, I want to say.
Yeah, that's not bad. Because I think everybody assumed Nets were just gonna fold after Kyrie, and I think wasn't it Harden was injured too for a game?
Yeah, he was. Well, he was not supposed to play. He was ruled out,
Okay.
and then like the night before he was ruled, or maybe the morning of, he was upgraded to doubtful, and then he ended up playing. So I
Oh, okay.
think it's like I have to play. I'm gonna play type deal
Yeah, I
because
suppose.
he's definitely not 100%.
Yeah.
But
Um.
but hey, and now if the Bucks take the series, you know what they're all gonna say? Oh, the Nets were injured. Ah, blah 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 blah.
Oh yeah.
Like one Hall of Famer isn't enough. You have to have all three.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Otherwise, the Bucks aren't really good.
Yeah. No, they got lucky. Yeah. The narrative will be if the Bucks win the series, all the talking heads it'll be instead of how impressed were you by the Bucks series win, it'll be name all the reasons why the Nets lost. Like it'll be
Yeah, how they blew it.
yeah how they blew it and how we're all gonna kill ourselves because we don't want to cover Milwaukee. That's boring.
You
But good on the Bucks. I have to say, my one complaint about watching, and I guess basketball in general, didn't really happen as much in this game, but especially in a game where you know the losing team's not going to come back, is all the timeouts at the end of the game. I was just
yeah,
thinking of that during this game because it happened once, and I was like, oh. Can you just end it, please? We know the Bucks are gonna win. It didn't happen as badly as I thought it would, but sometimes you're watching a game and it's like the final 2 minutes take like half an hour, and that's just annoying. But whatever, it's part of
yeah,
the game. Can't really complain too much about it. But another thing, I don't think this happened in between our episodes. LeBron and the Lakers are out of the playoffs.
yes, sir.
Taken out
Suns
by
took them out in
Phoenix
what,
Suns.
6?
I think it was 6.
Yep, because they dropped the first 2 and then took the next 4.
Let's see.
Pretty convincingly too.
Yeah, was that a series that everyone assumed the Lakers would win?
I mean, it kind of depends who you talk to.
I mean, they
Because
were
the Suns are a more complete team,
yeah. Lakers were a
but
7 seed, so
yeah, and then the Lakers, you know, when you have LeBron and AD, you're just kind of expected to win.
yeah.
So I mean, yeah, LeBron was out for a long time. He missed like 23 games or some crazy number like that in the regular season because he was injured.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So and then AD obviously went out in the playoffs. So
Yeah, AD seems very injury prone.
oh, dude, he always has been. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah, that guy has trouble staying healthy. That's gotta suck. But
yeah, because it's like
the game,
obviously he's good because I mean they were able to make it to the playoffs even though as a 7 seed, but still, I mean he has the talent to take teams to the playoffs. It's just that he obviously has the body of a geriatric. Can't stay healthy. What are you gonna do?
jeez. Yeah, it's tough. But you know, if your team, I mean, in the NBA, it's a little bit different than other sports because one player really can make that much of a difference. You know, in baseball, if a player goes down, it's like a star player. I mean, it's obviously going to have a negative impact, but your team can still carry on and like
Yeah,
pick up the slack in ways. But in basketball, I mean, look at what LeBron did. Like, went to the finals in 8 or 10 years in a row, something like that.
yeah,
And he took a Cavs team who couldn't make the playoffs. Next year, LeBron joins him and takes him to the finals. Like, one player can make the difference in the NBA like that. So,
yeah. That's
yeah,
true.
it's just crazy.
Yeah, it's just I don't know. I wonder what they're all because I try not to watch just like cable sports shows because it's just I feel like I'm dumber after I watch them. Not saying I'm smart. I could do it, but I'm just wondering what if the Lakers and the Nets don't make it. Like what are they gonna talk about?
absolutely nothing. It's not going to be on TV. They're not going to air the rest of the playoffs.
That's right. It'll just be dead air.
The Milwaukee Bucks versus either we got the Jazz, Clippers, Suns, and
boring.
yeah. I mean,
Cares?
Suns already swept the Nuggets, so
yeah.
it's looking. I mean, the Suns are probably Chris Paul just went down with COVID, so
yeah.
I don't know if you saw that, but he is out indefinitely.
Oh shit.
So we'll see how they run without him in this upcoming series, whether it be against the Clippers or the Jazz. But with Chris Paul, I think they sweep either of those teams, to be honest.
Okay.
Or in 5, I could see them maybe drop a game, but they're just such a good team.
Yeah.
Just like fundamentally as a basketball team, not one or two guys, but they play really well. And I see them going to the finals. I don't think any of the teams remaining have a chance to beat them in the final.
Yeah, because I'm just
thinking,
I'm looking at like a Bucks Utah Jazz finals.
Yeah, who watches?
Yeah, who's gonna watch that besides people from Wisconsin and Utah?
Wait, people live in Utah?
Well, I thought it was just Mormons, but I guess they have a basketball team down there too. Yeah,
coming from people who live in Wisconsin.
I know. What the fuck? What the fuck do we have to say? Well, people live in Utah? Yeah, I live in bumfuck Wisconsin. Like, oh well, whatever. It's easy to say, but yeah, it's like I wouldn't even be surprised if like big sports like commentators like they say like, yeah, I'm taking this NBA series off. I'm not interested in the storylines.
They have third string announcer.
Yeah, they're just
commentator.
I don't fucking care. Brian Anderson's like, yeah, no, I'm good. I'll go back to the Brewers. Which, speaking of the Brewers,
oh no, we don't need to speak of the Brewers.
No, not there yet. But I don't know. Are you able to like watch the game replays and stuff? Or do you just?
What do you mean?
Because the only reason I ask is that when I watch highlights, it's not Brian Anderson. So I was just wondering if he's even the commentator anymore.
He is. So when the playoffs for basketball come around, he does basketball. So he takes a little break from the Brewers and he'll go do the NBA playoff games. But then once that's over, he'll come back.
Okay, I always forget that, and I'm like, what? Did they fire him? I always get nervous because I like Brian Anderson.
Yeah, Brian Anderson's good stuff, man. Good guy, yeah. So it's Rock, and then who's the other guy that does radio that's not Euchre? What's his name?
Oh, yeah, the other guy.
That's so disrespectful, but like I just can't think of his name right now. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's the one who fills in for the televised portion then.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. But yeah, so I guess to end on basketball, it's looking good for Milwaukee. I just hope
it is.
I hope they don't shit all over themselves.
And the winner of Game 7 between the Bucks and the Nets will be going to the finals. Guarantee it.
Yeah, because they'll either play Philly or Atlanta.
Yeah, neither of which. I mean, Philadelphia is scary, but they just blew like a 25-point lead against the Hawks yesterday.
Good. That's not good. That's really not.
So.
Is trust the process still a thing, or is that over?
Oh no, that's I don't know.
I remember that was a big meme a few years ago.
I mean, are we in the process now? Like the process is complete and it should be working now, or what?
Yeah, I don't know how did they grade that. What is the process? Just getting to the playoffs? Because I mean they've completed that, but
oh yeah,
I don't know. I'm such a non-basketball fan, so I just pick up on just like the jokes. So I'll still be saying trust the process like 10 years from now. And people will be like, "What are you talking about, Grandpa?" I'll be like, that's all I got. Sorry, Bucks and 6. That's that's the only 2 things I got. And LeBron is, I don't know. LeBron is
LaFraud. The Mickey Mouse ring memes and all those. Yeah.
Oh, that's funny because I'll never discount the man's talent because obviously he's amazing. I just don't. I'm not a fan.
It's tough because You know, he probably is the best basketball player to ever play the game.
Yeah, probably.
And has been stellar off the court with everything he's done with the schools in Cleveland and like just being a good father and like he married his high school sweetheart. Never any allegations and no cheating scandals. No bad press about LeBron besides anything on the court of like, oh, LeBron cries about a foul or oh something they can nitpick LeBron about on the court. And it's like, if that's the worst you got to say, that man's doing a pretty damn good job of being a good role model and a great basketball player. So it's like that. But then when you play him, you're like, damn, this guy's so good. I hate every minute of playing against him. It's terrible because he's so good.
Yeah. I guess it's just the problem or like it's like I don't know how to describe it. It's like the curse of being considered the best. You know that like the majority of fans probably just will root against you just because of that.
Exactly. Same with like Tom Brady. I mean, except for like he did cheat. Well, so there are bad scandals around. And like him getting like absolutely shit faced after the Super Bowl. Like that was probably not the best press, but
yeah, but that was funny though.
That was kind of funny.
I like him a lot more now. I was like, this guy's fucking awesome. But yeah, I came to terms with Tom Brady. I don't know, maybe like 2 or 3 years ago. Like I stopped hating him on like a visceral level. I just accepted it. I'm like, yeah, he's great and he's gonna beat the Chiefs, so who cares? Like, it doesn't matter. So he doesn't make me as angry as he used to, but LeBron, I'm just not a big enough basketball fan to really dig into. Do I really hate him? I don't know. I don't think I hate him. I'm just not. If he's playing, I'll just root for the other guy just because.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's not a great take, but whatever.
I mean, I think as fans, we just like to see something different. And when the same person wins every year, it just gets old.
Yeah, that's true, and it's quite the, because like a lot of like important people like in the sports world, they want the opposite. Like they want no, I want the best guy to win all the time, and I'm like, yeah, that's boring though. Like
they want like the legacy and all of that.
And it's just like, yeah, that's stupid though. It's like I can acknowledge that Tom Brady's the best, but I don't want to see him win another Super Bowl.
Exactly.
I want to see the Lions win a Super Bowl before I see him win another one. Like, goddamn. But yeah, LeBron. Better luck next year, I guess. I'm sure he'll recruit more superstars. He'll recruit Kevin Durant.
Kyrie Irving, and James Harden all go there instead.
Yeah, he gets a yeah. The Nets experiment failed, so they're all just gonna go to LA. And then I might hate LeBron for real if he does that, but hope to God that doesn't happen. So,
at least, you know what I will say about the LeBron thing as well?
What?
Okay, now he's like in the later half. His career is like coming to an end pretty soon, right?
Yeah.
So, throughout his prime and all that, I mean, argue what you will about the Heat being I wouldn't really consider that a super team. Chris Bosh and Dwayne Wade around him, yeah, those are very good players, but I wouldn't. That's not like having Kevin Durant and Steph Curry next to you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, yes, it's a very good team with people around him, but when all the days on the Cavs and things like that before Kyrie was there, he was doing all that stuff on his own.
Yeah.
So, but then I look at Kevin Durant, and he's done the exact opposite. He left OKC to join Golden State.
Yeah, and then that fell out, and so he's like, "Oh, I'll just go over here now."
And then he goes to the Nets with Kyrie, and then they pick up James Harden. So it's like all the rings Kevin Durant has won, and then if they get one this year, and I mean, not that my opinion is worth jack shit, especially not to Kevin Durant, but in my opinion, is meaningless.
Yeah.
When you have 3 Hall of Famers, because each and every one of those guys will be Hall of Famers. what's the point? You should. Winning a championship is expected, not like, oh, they did it.
Yeah.
No, that is the expectation. And if you failed, if you haven't met that expectation, because you have 3 Hall of Famers on one team.
Yeah, like the expectation is, well, yeah, of course you did it. Like, and it's
Yeah,
like
exactly.
he made it so obvious. It's like, oh, he's just ring chasing, and
Yeah,
like, who cares? Like, I don't. Yeah, it's like, I don't know. It's like playing a video game, and you're like, or like for like a career mode or like a franchise mode where you just like
enable automatic trades.
automatic trades and like
No salary
no
cap.
salary cap, and you turn the sliders all the way down, and then you win every single game in the championship. How do you feel good after that? I would be bored.
Yeah, exactly. Like, and Kevin Durant is very well capable of taking a team by himself to a championship.
Oh yeah, that's the thing. He's
the best player in the world.
Yeah, he's a great player, but it's like he just wants, I guess, the easy way out. I guess after so many years in Oklahoma with Russell Westbrook, I guess he was like, you know what, I'm done. I'm done trying, and I'm just gonna go where the super teams are. Which, you know what, I'm more power to him, I guess. But you're not gonna make me think you're awesome for doing that.
Yeah, exactly. Agreed.
Yeah. So, I mean, if they win it, which they better not, I hope Milwaukee wins. But if they do, it'll just be like yeah, okay. Of course they did. They were supposed to. We already had their name on the championship. Like, the fuck you mean?
They already have the T-shirts made and everything.
Oh yeah, that'd be funny if that's like a news story that comes out. They had to unengrave the championship because they thought Brooklyn was gonna win. They were very angry. But yeah, so yeah, I'll probably never watch a basketball game again after that. But maybe if the Bucks make the finals and it's like a Game 7, I'll sit down and watch it. Probably because
you have to watch. You're gonna watch Game 7 Saturday, right?
Oh fuck, that's right. I should do that.
You have to.
Yeah, I got nothing going on Saturday.
Mandatory.
I just gotta paint my windmill. That's all I gotta do. So.
Paint your windmill. You have a windmill.
Oh yeah, we took it. My dad's, neighbors who were both like 95 years old. They moved out of their house to move into like, I don't know, like an old folks home.
Mm-hmm.
They had a piece of shit windmill in their yard that I'm sure has been there since my dad was 2. So he said, "Hey, can I take that from you?" And they're like, "Yeah, whatever." And then we don't even remember.
They have no idea what he's talking about.
Yeah. They're like, "Who are you?" Funny story. He, this guy, what was his name? Wade Clay. He had like some old man name. Very sweet guy. He had a scooter, but it was like a 3-wheeled scooter. And a few years ago, I was helping my dad in the garage, and I look over, and apparently he had a big garden he would do, which, like, more power to him. Like, you can't walk, but you still can maintain a garden. That's pretty cool. But I just look over in the yard, and he fell off his scooter.
Oh no!
And he is just sitting in the yard, just sitting there. And I was like, "Hey, Dad, our elderly neighbor is off his scooter." And my dad, it's the first time I've seen him full on run since I was like a kid, and he just bolted. And we both helped him up, and he didn't know who the fuck we were, like, because he's old.
That's sad.
But I think it's just like an old man thing, and it was just like, it's not like my dad went to visit them. They were just neighbors, right. So he's just like, who are you? And so we had to help him back on the scooter, and he kept making old man noises, which was funny. He just, and, so anyways, that was like my only interaction with the guy. He seemed like a nice guy. So anyways, he took the windmill, so we stripped it down, painted it, and then in my welding class, I made a new top for it because it was rusty and shitty. So long story short, I got to paint that on Saturday, but that shouldn't take long. So yeah, I guess I'll have to make some time, watch Game 7. It better not be a disappointment.
Man, it's going to be a good one, I think.
You know what? Yeah, I guess if the Bucks lose, as long as it's a good game, I don't care.
No, if it's a close game and the Bucks lose, that will probably be worse
I guess
for
right.
my mental than if it is an absolute shit show blowout.
Yeah, I guess
Because then I can turn it off and go about the rest of my day and try to be happy.
Yeah.
But if they lose on like a last second Kevin Durant over over PJ Tucker over Giannis, just fucking splash, then I have to hear. I can't go on social media. I can't do anything without getting away from it, and it's gonna be. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. It's two different philosophies.
I'll get to read the headlines why Giannis is a fraud,
why he needs to leave Milwaukee.
Yeah, exactly. Everything that's just gonna be garbage, spewing garbage, and I'm not here for it.
Yeah, why the Bucks should like rescind their teamhood, like they gotta be. They should sell their assets to the Lakers or whatever. Just dog shit. I remember, like, was it this year or last year? Everyone was just confirming. It's like, yeah, Giannis wants to get traded. He's out. He doesn't want to play in Milwaukee anymore. And I was like, what? Why? Like, what gave you that idea? Because Milwaukee sucks. I'm like, okay, just because you think it sucks. Like, hey, it's our city, dude. Don't be so mean. But yeah, I think, you know what? As you say that, losing a close game is much worse. Because at least, if you get blown out, it's like, yeah, it's embarrassing, but at least it's like you knew, well, we have no shot, so it's fine. Like the Chiefs 2018 AFC Championship game against the Patriots, like that will haunt me forever. Because it's like we were down by like 17, came back, tied the game, and then Tom Brady just got the ball in overtime, and then no opposition. Ruined my the rest of the year for me. I was like, this fucking sucks.
Dude, and we are accustomed to it here in Wisconsin. Mm-hmm. Nobody knows it better than us.
Yeah.
Honestly. Like, we complain. We have great teams that always just let us down. Constantly. The Packers being probably the biggest one.
Oh, yeah.
We get so close, and then we just drop the ball. And it's always on some, like, scandalous, like, what were they thinking? Why didn't they do this?
Oh, yeah.
Why didn't this happen? Like, things that could have been prevented, and we just blow it. The Brandon Bostic.
Yeah.
Onside kick.
Yeah.
Fucking.
Like.
When we played the Cardinals, and. Yeah.
Larry Fitzgerald.
Larry Fitzgerald up the middle.
It's insane. Like, oh, no. This is bad. I mean,
the Brewers in 2018, Game 7 against the Dodgers.
Yeah, I watched that game. That was very depressing. I was like, damn.
Yeah.
Go out with a whimper. Like, that's not fun.
Yeah. So now, this is why we need the Bucks. We absolutely need them to come through this year. Change this.
Yeah.
We've suffered enough.
Yeah. Like, at this point, I'd rather be like a Detroit fan where you have no shot every year. And you're happy with like a 500 season. You're like, hey, all right, we broke even. Nice. Like,
not to even mention the Badgers, the Wisconsin Badgers.
Yeah. That's
basketball, football, all of it, man. Basketball, however many years ago when Frank Kaminsky was on the team with Sam.
They made it to the finals.
And they beat the undefeated Kentucky. They beat Kentucky. Oh, we're going to the finals. We're going to win. No, psych. Duke says psych. Yeah. And then we lose to Duke. Yeah. And it's like, come on. Are you serious?
Yeah, it's almost like it's like in the bylaws of in Wisconsin. It's like, nah, you can't win the big one, though. Sorry.
Yeah, exactly. And with the football team, we're having a great season undefeated. Time to play Ohio State. You know how that goes every single time we play Ohio State.
Get fucked. Like, oh.
It's just, it's tough, but I think this could be a year. Okay, if Aaron Rodgers stays on the Packers, right?
Yeah.
And the Brewers make a couple moves, and the Bucks win Game 7, this legitimately could be a year where... Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is called Hot Take for a reason. This could be a year Wisconsin wins 3 titles.
Don't let Josh hear you say that.
Oh, Josh is going insane at that thought.
Yeah, he's well. Aaron Rodgers is going to the Broncos, and the Brewers season is over, and
That season hasn't even
yeah,
started
the
yet.
season hasn't even started yet. So I don't know what the fuck he's on. Fucking weirdo. His thing, it's his rationale is it's like everybody's motivated by money, and I don't understand that. And then he would cite examples, and we would be like, no, like you don't think LeBron's motivated by money? Well, not anymore. Like he didn't go to L.A. to make money. I mean,
Yeah.
he went to make money like on the side as like projects and stuff, but not as a basketball player. So I don't know, Josh. Your logic is flawed. And since you're not here, you can't defend yourself. So
Yeah, true. I mean, would you count this next NFL season? It would be the 21-22. So, I mean, you could count that as the same year.
yeah,
Like,
yeah, I
yeah.
would, I would,
Yeah.
because the season starts in this year, so I would count it.
Yeah.
Um,
So, I mean, the Brewers have the pieces. I mean, they're a few away, and our offense is pretty not spectacular right now.
not in this few game stretch they've been on. It's been quite embarrassing, actually.
I mean, yeah, we won like what 14 of like 16 games, and then we get swept by the Reds.
Yeah, that's no good.
In all fairness, the Reds are on a terror right now.
Yeah,
But I mean, yeah, look, they're on a 6-win streak, and right now they're in like the 9th inning against the Padres with the lead. So they're about to beat the Padres. So
yeah. Meanwhile, fucking Milwaukee's getting sodomized by our old Rockies. Trevor Story.
yep.
It's just
Shout
not.
out Trevor.
Yeah, thanks, Trevor. But yeah, let's see. Let's go back. Hold on. Yeah, beat the Pirates. Then, oh come on, load you bitch. Whatever. Lost to the Reds. That was not good. That was not fun to see.
Fun fact for you: that was the first time the Milwaukee Brewers have been swept at home since August of 2016 in a 3 or 4 game series. I mean, I'm pretty sure they've like if you want to count a 2-game series as swept, but in a 3 or 4 game series, that's the first time they've been swept at home since 2016.
Wow, that's kind of amazing, actually.
That's really impressive.
Yeah. Yeah. Right now it's not. But I mean, we closed up the gap with Chicago, which I don't know. I thought Chicago was done. I didn't think they would make a run this year, but I guess I'm wrong. But we're only a half game out, so I mean, it's not like it's hopeless.
Yeah,
St.
Chicago.
Louis is 4 games back. That's not right. That's a typo. Nope, that shouldn't be right.
Yeah, St. Louis has not been on a hot streak. I think the Cubs swept them.
Yeah, what the hell?
Well, and then the Cubs got swept. The Cubs got swept exactly how the Cubs and Brewers were hot at the same time.
Yeah.
And then both teams get swept right after the hot streak.
Damn.
Which was kind of nice that the Cubs got swept too, so they didn't pull too far ahead.
Yeah, that wouldn't have been good. But speaking of the Cardinals, you know what's gonna happen now, right? Like.
Oh yeah, dude, we play them. We have 3 series against them in September, September.
Mid-August is gonna roll around. They'll be like 5 games out, and then they'll win like 20 of 30. It'll be some bullshit, and then they'll fucking ugh. I hope that doesn't happen. I hope.
Yeah, we play them 10 times in September.
Yeah, that's not.
That's a big swing. That could be a detrimental swing, or I mean, it could be a swing in our direction. So who knows?
True.
But
I don't want to be the pessimist here, but that just sounds. Knowing how the Brewers and Cardinals always play out, it's just I don't like that.
Our September is not easy, dude. We play the Giants, who are first in the division.
Yes.
Then we play the Cardinals, who are the Cardinals.
Yes.
Then we got the Phillies or whatever. Then we have the Indians. Decent. Yeah. Decent. Whatever. Right. Could snag a game or 2 from us.
Yeah.
Then we get a little bit of a break with the Detroit.
Easy.
And then you ready to end the season. We have a 10-game homestand followed by a 6-game road stand. The homestand goes Cubs, Cardinals, Mets,
Fuck.
and then the away home or road trip
Yeah.
Cardinals, Dodgers.
Wow. I think the schedule makers are just trolling us at this point.
Facts. We just had. I mean, it's good that our schedule. I mean, our schedule was really weak.
Yeah.
This past few weeks. So it was nice that we went on that streak and won the games we were supposed to win.
That's true.
But now it's going to make September really stressful because there's a lot of games that we're going to need to win against some really good teams. So.
Yeah, and like hoping that all those teams like just have a mid-season collapse is very unrealistic. So it's like most of those teams will be in the hunt. So
Yeah.
it's not like they're gonna roll over.
Yeah, the Giants, Cardinals. I mean, we'll see what the Cubs do. They could fall apart. They could stay hot. Who knows? But that could be, yeah. And then the Mets. Nobody wants to face Jacob deGrom in the Mets. Come on now.
Yeah, that's a recipe for disaster.
Especially if they're in the hunt in their division, like that's going to be tough too.
Yeah.
And then the Dodgers. The Dodgers are also going to be probably. I mean, it's the very last series, so hopefully everything's decided by then and they don't have to go too hard. But if they do, because they're in a division with the Giants and the Padres.
Yeah.
So someone's got to take that wild card spot, or two of them. And I think 3 teams from that division are going to make the playoffs. One's going to win the division, and the other 2 are going to be wild card. So I think they are going to be playing hard. So
yeah, that's very dumb.
I think there will be implications in September, unlike any other season in recent years.
Yeah. I'm just looking at the standings. Poor Pittsburgh, they've lost 10 straight. Arizona's lost 14 straight. Damn.
Yeah.
That's depressing. I'm sorry. Sorry, Diamondbacks, folks.
That is
wow.
14 games without a win.
Like, dude, I'd quit. I'd be like, this is not worth it. Like that. Ugh. Losing streaks in baseball must suck because it's just you have to. Oh, you got another one tomorrow. Hey, you got another one tomorrow.
It's really day in and day out. You show up every single day for 6 months.
Yeah.
And if you're, it's just kicking the nuts every single day.
Yeah. And then like you'll win one, and you'll be like, oh, okay, I remember what that's like. And then what if you go on another losing streak? It's like, fuck, dude.
Yeah, I mean 20-50. That is rough.
You think they're gonna lose 100 games?
Yes.
Okay.
Unfortunately, yeah, I do.
Yikes. Yeah, that's not fun. Let's see how Josh's twins are doing. Oh, look, in the cellar as always. Fucking go Twins. Kiss my ass with that. Another thing. How are you grading Yelich so far this year?
Oh man, that is tough. Yelich is my guy. How am I grading Yelich? So underwhelming.
Yeah.
I guess it's not bad because like his on base percentage is like 400.
Yeah.
So you can't be mad at that because that's really good. But at the same time, and his batting average is like 250.
Yeah.
So his batting average is not. It's not 2018, 2019 MVP Yelich numbers, but it's not. It's not even like great numbers.
Yeah.
It's very mid-tier numbers, and you can tell something's not clicking.
Yeah.
Because you watch a lot of his at-bats, a lot of them are he's just pounding the ball into the dirt.
Yeah, he just doesn't look comfortable, and it's kind of concerning because it's like, is he gonna be the next? Is he gonna just take up the Ryan Braun mantle of every 3 weeks he's out with back stiffness or something? Like that's
right. So it's like I'm not. Clearly, it's way too early to just say, oh, we paid him too much. It's a bust.
Oh
Blah
yeah.
blah 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 blah. Blah.
I
But
mean,
at the
Josh would
same
say
time,
that, but Josh ain't here, so.
yeah. But it's like this guy's a professional. Something's not working right now. It'll come along, you know.
Yeah, I think so. It's just.
And I truly believe that too. It's just not looking the best right now, but it's not even like terrible. I mean, it's not like he's been playing like, for example, like Keston here, going like 1 for 22 in his last however many his last 22 at bats in the majors before he got sent down again.
I mean, yeah, it's not that
It's just
bad.
we expect so much out of him because of what he's done.
Yeah.
That like these normal numbers are kind of disappointing in a sense, I guess, for a lot of people.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with that. Like, it'd be one thing if he was batting like 180. I think the alarm would have to go off. But I mean, he's not.
Yeah,
I mean, I think he's picked it up a little bit in that winning streak, so that's good. But yeah, it's just I don't.
yeah. In that winning streak, there was few times he came to the plate in clutch situations where we were either down or like tied with like the bases loaded, and he comes through and he delivers a hit with some RBIs to give us the lead and
Oh yeah.
really just like do what we need him to do, and he came through.
I mean, yeah.
So
In his last 7 games, he's batting 316. So it's like
yeah,
he's still there. It's not like he's a shell. Um,
yeah.
it's
Just
just
the home runs aren't coming and the ball's getting pounded into the ground a lot. A lot of it is he's pulling the ball to first base because I'm watching, dude. I am literally thinking about that question that you asked me about him. Like I've been thinking about that for a long time since he came back from the injury when he was on the injured list a lot this season. I've been watching every single at bat and just seeing what's going on, and everything's just being pulled to first base like a chopper straight into
yeah.
the. I'm like, man, it seems like he can't. Like he's just on top of the ball. Like he's not under it. He's not getting under the ball for some reason. But maybe Andy Haynes can provide some insight on how to change that, or maybe he won't.
Eh?
Maybe we'll continue to see offensive struggles like we are.
Yes, the old Brewers ballad of offensive struggles. And it's like I don't know. I always wonder this about like your stars in like baseball
Hmm.
or like coaches and stuff. Like how much do they coach him, or is it just like well he's a star he can figure it out? Like I always wonder at what point like you get you know good enough, popular enough to where like do the coaches even want to say stuff to you, or do they just
Right.
figure well he's Christian Yelich. I mean I don't want to offend him by thinking that he thinks he needs coaching.
Right.
I
No.
don't know.
Yeah. It's definitely they definitely do play a role. From my own experience, I think I can have no problem like discussing this kind of stuff. I don't think that's really like a privacy breach or anything, but I see a lot of players talking over even the stars, they
Okay.
got to where they are and as skilled as they are by listening and looking at analytics and looking at what they're doing right and what they're doing wrong and if they're doing something wrong, how they can fix it. I've seen a lot of that. Like, oh, you were hitting this average against guys like this when your stance was when you just like
Yeah.
things like that.
Okay.
So they definitely do play a part, which makes me wonder like our offensive struggles, how much of it goes to coaching and how much of it goes to like there's just so many variables. You had the COVID season and you have the whole pitching scandal with all the sticky stuff and
Yes.
it's just like who knows where our struggles are really coming from. So it's hard to blame anyone or do anything like that.
Yeah, that's true. I just hope. I
But
don't
then
know.
we have some guys who are just absolutely raking, like Omar Narvaez.
Yeah.
And yeah, Omar Narvaez. So Omar coaches himself. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
He's the new hitting coach or what?
He's his own hitting coach. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I mean, it's been kind of embarrassing the last few days. It's like, come
It's
on,
honestly like,
guys.
unwatchable, to be honest. Like,
Yeah.
it is tough.
It's like,
But then when they pick it up, it's like, damn, this is awesome. I just want to watch this all night.
yeah, I know. It's you just really get into the highs and lows, and then like I don't know, I haven't been a real pessimist about Brewers baseball. It's like if they get swept, I'm not gonna be like, well, that's it, give it up. Like I'm not gonna do that. But it's a little disheartening where it's like, come on, you gotta do something.
Right.
The fuck is something in the water over there this week or something? Like, what are you guys doing? So yeah, hopefully, I don't know. As we get towards the All-Star break, the Cubs, I don't know, Wrigley Field floods or something, and they gotta stop playing, and then they get disqualified or something.
Wrigley Field floods. I like that.
Yeah, seems like a place that would happen because Chicago's a dump.
So, what do they do in place of that? Do they come play Miller Park or what?
Oh, here's what. Okay.
Or, I mean, American Family Field. I'm sorry.
Yeah, mislabeling. No, they would ask. They'd be like, "Hey, you mind if we come up here?" And the Brewers say no. They make him go to Detroit. You can play your baseball up in Detroit.
Does Detroit have a roof?
No, they don't. Or they like make him play on like the University of Illinois baseball field. Kind of like the Vikings with they need to play on the Gopher field.
Oh yeah, when the stadium collapsed or the roof collapsed.
Yeah, the Metrodome. Funny part about that video is that you see a guy like on a golf cart, like as it's collapsing, he's just fucking flooring it out of there. He's like, I gotta get out of here. Man, I remember when that happened. That was a big fucking deal. Then they went to play in the Lions, I think. And there was a whole like, thank you, Detroit, you saved us. I'm like, I'm sure Detroit was forced to do it, but whatever.
Yeah, they're just, oh yeah, come on through. That'll be fun.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I'm sure all the people who handle the logistics behind that and scheduling and all that, I'm sure they loved it. They had a great time. Got a few extra hours in there, no stress or anything.
Oh yeah, the field, like field tenders. Oh, it's like, oh yeah, you know, right after this, fucking paint the lion on midfield, bitch. You're like, oh okay. Am I getting like overtime for this? Ha! No. It's like fuck.
Yeah, that's something I've really thought about. Like we were talking about earlier, how basketball games in the last 2 minutes with all the timeouts and everything can last like half an hour, right?
Yeah.
From working with the Brewers and how long I'm there depends how long the game also lasts. That is a factor. I'm just thinking about like all the people that can't go home because the basketball game is taking half an hour for the last 2 minutes and how ready they are to probably go home.
Oh yeah.
I'm just like, oh, no, that's rough.
So can I just wax the fucking floor and go home? Fuck.
Because it's like, you love what you're doing, but at the same time, they probably just worked a pretty long day.
Oh yeah.
They probably haven't. I don't know. They probably haven't gotten much like chill time.
Yeah, they probably keep looking at their watch. They're like, it's fucking 10:30. I want to go home. It's like I live in Kenosha. That's like an hour drive. Fuck.
Right.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
I'll never say a bad word about like stadium employees. Like, fuck. I know it's pretty thankless work, but they obviously, they do a good job.
Yeah.
Like I'll never badmouth like vendors too, walking up and down, because I was at a Brewer game and it was like 95 degrees and like
Dude, yeah,
really
that is
humid.
rough. That heavy ass bag that they carry around,
Oh, yeah.
Dude, that is.
One guy stopped like right next to us and he had to like take a knee for like 2 minutes. And this was like an older guy, and like 3 people were like, "Hey man, you all right?" And he didn't even answer him. He was like dazed. And I was like, dude, like,
Yeah, that's not good.
It's okay. You can just sit here a minute. I'm sure. But I'm sure his bosses will probably be like, "Hey, you were supposed to be here a minute and 13 seconds ago. What the fuck?
Where you at? Where you at?
Oh, you taking breaks on your time? We're gonna have to deduct that from your pay." I was once naive enough to ask my dad. I was like, "Do those guys can they like keep all that money that they make?" And he's like, "No, they don't keep any of that money." And I was like, "Oh,
No. You thought they get to keep
that'd be a
the
fucking
money
great
from
gig."
somebody.
But
That would, eh?
and then you realize like, oh, that's why it's a whole bunch of old people. Like if you could keep all that money, there wouldn't be any old people working. It'd be all like high schoolers selling beer.
Yeah.
But yeah, as far as the Brewers go, I mean, the real season hasn't started yet, I guess, so it's okay. They can drop 50 games now. It's fine. I keep forgetting when he says the real season starts. Is it at the end of August? I don't even remember.
We'll have to ask him.
Yeah, it's some like arbitrary. It's either the end of July or like midway through August. I don't remember. So he probably.
Yeah, I want to say the All-Star break maybe had something to do with it.
Yeah, something like that, or the trade deadline, something like that. So I mean, at that point, next time we talk Brewers with him, he shouldn't be allowed to say anything because obviously he's not watching because the real season hasn't started. So I don't want to hear any takes from old man Josh. And Josh, I know you have to edit this. You better not cut any of this out. Cause
He just cuts the entire thing.
yeah, it's just the most.
He just deletes the entire audio of the whole episode.
Yeah, he's like, no, I'm not. Nope, no one's gonna badmouth me on my show. I'm like, oh, your show.
It's all jokes, Josh. We love the banter.
I mean, I guess it gets kind of annoying though, but it's fine. Makes for good radio, as they say. Because yeah, I was nervous about like the first few episodes. I'm like, is this just gonna be us all agreeing with each other? Like, that sucks. Yeah, you know what, Dean? I agree with what you said. Oh yeah, Josh, you know what? You make some good points. It's like, oh, this sucks. I don't want to listen to this. Speaking of, I can't even watch or listen to the first episode just because of the audio is so bad. I was like, I'm never gonna listen to that.
Oh, because like some were louder than others, or what?
Yeah, some were louder than others, and then somebody, I think Josh wasn't wearing headphones, so anytime one of us talked, it would echo, and it was just embarrassing. And then, yeah, and Josh doesn't know how to edit videos, I guess. I don't know. Sure takes him long enough. Whatever. And also, Josh, a viewer contacted me and said in one of our last episodes, you said if somebody leaves a comment, you'd send him a shirt. And this viewer informed me that he listens on Spotify, and on Spotify you can't leave comments. So we might need to rethink this giveaway of yours. So don't get mad that I brought that up. It was a concerned viewer, who said, "Hey, I listen on Spotify and I can't comment, and I want a T-shirt." And I was like, "Okay, I'll be sure to bring it up with our old friend."
Maybe go drop a comment on Instagram.
Okay, that's an idea. That works.
But we haven't posted on Instagram in a long time. I know Josh asked me to that one day, and I said yeah, but then I fell asleep and then I forgot, and then I had work the next 7 days in a row, so I couldn't really do that. But
Instagram can wait. I mean, all our followers are bots anyways, so I don't think they care.
dude, we have a strong following from the Middle Eastern region.
Oh yeah, I guess they love their sports shows.
Yeah.
Which
So shout out to everyone listening from overseas.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you for the support.
Yeah, I think more people are listening in Pakistan than in Wisconsin at this point.
I think so too.
Yeah, let's see. Let's see. See all followers. Yeah, yeah, quite a few Arabic people, which, you know what? I respect it. I'm sure there's better things to watch in your country, but if this is the best you got, we'll try our damnedest to entertain you. But yeah, let's see, we're at 55 minutes. I want to stretch it to an hour. So is there anything else you want to talk about?
Yeah, sticky stuff. Okay. In baseball, in professional baseball, yes.
Foreign substances.
Thank you.
What's your take on it?
Did you happen to see the MLB's new policy regarding substances like that? We're talking pine tar. We're talking spider tack, rosin and sunscreen, all this jazz.
Oh, here we go. Well, I see an article. Trevor Bauer blasts MLB's foreign substance policy. It's a mess. Let's see. Hold on. The pitcher can be ejected and suspended for 10 days.
Yes, sir.
Shit.
Now they're doing regular checks on pitchers
fuck.
When they come into the games to see, checking their hats, checking their gloves, making sure they don't have anything to use to get a better grip on the ball. Or not necessarily a better grip, but anything to alter the spin rate of the ball to increase movement. You know, and I am one very, very excited about this new change, this new rule set.
Oh, really?
You know, I'm not a professional pitcher, so I couldn't tell you why they're mad. No, I could tell you because now they can't use what's making them so great. But, and maybe that's a terrible take because they all seem to, like, have something to say about this. But,
yeah, I guess.
You know, the other day when this was announced, you had, who went live? Tampa Bay. Tyler Glasnow. He came out and he had this big interview on whatever morning talk show. And he says, you know, you can't just make changes like this halfway through a season because he's been using this stuff and now he has to change his entire game and play a whole different way because he can't use something that was already in the, like, against the rules.
Yeah, in the rule book.
Yeah, already against the rules. Just because they weren't enforcing it doesn't mean it was okay to do. They just weren't. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, and now he's saying, you know, it's been my dream since I was a kid to be a Cy Young winner and to be an all-star and all this stuff. And now they just shit on it. Those are his words. They just like shit on it. And I'm just sitting there thinking, and like, tell me if I'm wrong, if this is a bad take or something.
Okay.
But like, why are those things shit on if you're using something you shouldn't use? Like, how is that their fault? You knew it was against the rules, so why were you using it? And then when they want to start telling you we're gonna make sure you're not using it, now you like can't accomplish. You're basically saying you're not good without it. You're not better than other people to make those dreams come true unless you're using it.
Yeah, that part is kind of sketchy, but I guess I do see where you're coming from, and I would probably agree with it, but I'll use two devil's advocate, okay, and you can refute them if you want. So the first one I guess I'm thinking of is the fact that they started mid-season enforcing it. Maybe that irked some people. Maybe if they had maybe in the off season maybe said, "Hey, we're going to start enforcing this better." Maybe the backlash wouldn't have been as severe. And then I guess the other point I'm kind of thinking about is maybe not so much this year, but obviously in the most in a few, some of the recent years, they've been juicing the ball pretty hard, because of all the home runs. So maybe the one thing I would say, maybe they would say, well, we have to use these advantages because they're giving more advantages to the hitter by making the ball go farther, so we have to adapt and whatnot. So those would be the two counter points that I just thought of that maybe some people would say to what you're saying. So
Yeah,
what are
I
your
would
thoughts?
say I would say to the first thing you discussed with enforcing it halfway through the season. Yeah, that is like probably. I mean, it should have been enforced the entire time because it's in the
Well, yeah,
rules, you know. But then again, if they just would have followed the rules, it would never would have been a problem.
yeah,
I mean, and the rosin is right there. There's a video of Trevor Bauer saying, "Okay, what is this legal or not legal?" And he doesn't tell you what's on his hands. And he grabs the ball and he's like makes his hand flat, and with the ball on the in his palm sticks to his hand as his hand is spread wide open, and it was just sweat and rosin,
oh,
which is legal, perfectly legal. I mean, you're sweating naturally, and then the rosin bag is on the mound for a reason for you to use, you know.
yeah,
So right there, if you want a better grip on the ball, there it is.
yeah,
Nobody's refuting that. Nobody says don't use that, you know. So it's like even if you put sunscreen on your arms, sunscreen and rosin, people don't really. That's not going to increase the spin rate on the ball. That's going to give you a better grip,
yeah,
which is what they want. So just use that. Nobody's going to say anything about you using that.
yeah.
And it's just like they talk about. And what was the second point?
That
So it's not. So it's not like everything's going straight out the window and they can't use anything. I mean,
yeah,
the MLB is saying right there, you know, that you have that on the mound for a reason. Use it to your advantage, like, and oh, the balls, yeah.
yeah, juicing the ball.
So the ball this year is actually not the same ball they've been using the past couple of years. They did some research, they studied the balls, and it's actually more deadened than it has been in recent years. So this probably we can attribute some of that as well as the sticky stuff as to why there have been so many no hitters this year. 7 already in the first half of the season.
Yeah, that seems like that. In my opinion, that shouldn't be normal.
Yeah, that's terrible. 7. I mean, like it's cool, but it's like who wants to watch it? If they're all about speeding up the game, like they say, who want and like making it exciting for the everyday casual fan, or not every day, but you know what I'm talking
Yeah,
about, like
yeah, I know
that
what you
tune
mean.
every once in a while. They don't want to see a pitching duel. They want to see
Mm,
hits. They want to see runs. They want to see offense. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Um, but I mean, they're doing studies on these balls too. You know, throughout the game, they take a certain amount of balls, foul balls, outs, stuff like that, and they'll take it and they'll mark them and they do studies on them. So that I'm sure that'll be addressed too in the off season. But yeah, I just don't understand why people are so upset that they can't use pine tar, they can't use spider tack, they can't use all these things that are straight up. It's cheating. I mean, there's no other way around it. I mean, imagine if, and I've seen a lot of things on Twitter and Instagram, people like just debating this issue, and they're
yeah.
talking about, well, batters use pine tar to get a better grip on the baseball bat. Why can't pitchers use pine tar to get a better grip on the baseball?
Uh, doesn't that? I don't think you can really equate the two.
Exactly, and they're saying their argument is that pine tar does increase your bat speed,
Uh,
but like,
how so?
okay, if I can't, because it's just like I don't know like the physics behind it, but it is true.
It is proven that it does.
I'm pretty positive
Okay.
it's like proven. But like if I give you a bat and like some gloves, and then I said swing this bat, and then I put pine tar over the bat, and I said swing it now, like you would be able to feel the difference
Oh.
in like your swing. But um yeah, that does not equate
Yeah.
because you still have to hit the ball. If you can't hit the ball, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. it's still the core part of it. You still have to do the. It doesn't make hitting the ball easier. Like you still
Yeah,
have to hit it.
yeah.
So
And if you put pine tar in your hands and you're a pitcher, your ball with barely any movement that you're getting rocked on now you throw a no hitter. Like
yeah,
7 guys, dude. Seven
yeah,
different dudes threw no hitters this year.
yeah, and it's
And some
almost.
of those guys, if I ask you, have you ever heard of this guy before this year, before they threw the no hitter? Some of them you would tell me absolutely not.
Oh yeah, like there was a time when it was. I mean, every once in a while you get a fluke guy in there, like, oh, this no name, but you know, no hitters were usually saved for like the Felix Hernandez and like
Yeah,
Roy Halladay's, like guys that like Max Scherzer, the best of the best, and
the guys who you would expect it from.
yeah, and like most of the no hitters this year, I'm like, who are these guys? Are these guys like studs? Are they like all amazing that I just don't know them?
Right.
It's just weird, and it really takes away. If you get seven, if you get like 5 no hitters a month, well, then no hitters aren't special anymore. It,
Exactly.
it it should be like you should feel like I don't know, how to put this without sounding like a boomer, but like it should be like not an honor, but like you should be able to like what if you watch a no hitter on TV or you see one in person, that should be like a wow, I saw like a piece of history. That's amazing. A
Exactly.
guy
Yeah.
throw no, but if one guy's throwing one every other week, it's like well, he's probably gonna hit one tonight, man. Whatever. Like who cares? And that's
Yeah.
that's not good.
Dude,
And
I almost saw one. Almost saw one a few weeks ago. Freddie
oh
Peralta
oh yeah,
into the eighth inning.
I tuned into that, and then right as I tuned into it, no, 2 innings later he gave up. I think it was a single.
So you saw the catch by Luis Urias up the middle, that diving
Oh yes,
thing where his glove folded under him and everything. Dude,
yeah,
that was a nice
and
catch.
it's like when that happens in a no hitter, you almost assume it's like, well, now he's got to get one because like
Yeah, exactly. That's how everyone was feeling. They're like, oh, it's just meant to be now.
yeah, because like every no hitter always seems to have like that one amazing defensive play that saves it. So you're
Yeah,
like, yep, that's it. He got it, and then he didn't, but he still balled out that night. It was awesome.
yeah. And then Nick Ahmed came up and got that little stretched out, fully extended, got the outside pitch and took it the other way.
Yeah, my the one thing I don't want to happen to any player trying to hit a no hitter is that like if you give up the hit, I don't want you then to like blow the game and end up
Yeah,
losing. Like
yeah.
that would suck. I was like, that's no good. Oh, here's a question. Kind of changing subject. We can go back to the foreign substances for a second, but real quick, in all your years playing MLB The Show, have you ever thrown a no hitter?
Have I ever thrown a no hitter? I don't think so. I think it always got broken up or they quit before I could get to the ninth.
Okay, like against real people.
Yeah.
How about against the AI? Have you ever done it?
I don't really play like full games against AIs like that,
Okay.
but yeah, I've gotten really close against people though.
Okay. I mean, to be honest, Dean, if you were no hitting me in an online game, I'd probably quit too. I would quit at 8 2/3 innings.
Oh, not me, dude. I stay in there. I've gotten close to being no hit recently, and I was like, nope, no, I'm not going to do that to them. I am going to
That's
ruin the no hitter.
respectable. I mean, to be fair, you and I are probably very different. I probably would have broken things at that point. I'd be like, this is fucking bullshit.
Dude, I get so mad. I start swinging at everything in desperation to break it, and then it just makes it worse. And then I just
Oh
get so
yeah.
angry, and I'm like, come on, this has
Yeah.
to happen. Dude, I was getting no hit last night, actually. It was like
Oh shit.
the fifth inning. So, I mean, like, uh, you start to get to like the sixth or the seventh, and it's like, oh, this is real.
Yeah.
But when you're playing and you're like, damn, 5 innings and I still haven't gotten a hit, it's just like,
It starts to sink in a bit. You're like, oh no, this
yeah,
is gonna get bad.
yeah. And then I dropped down a bunt for a base hit. I was like, yeah.
Oh. I have to say, what was it? I think it was MLB 13. The show I was doing an Astros franchise back when I liked them.
Mm-hmm.
Once they started getting good, I stopped liking them, which is
Perfect timing. You
I
got
know.
out before the yeah.
Turns out I dodged a bullet on that one. Yeah, once they made the playoffs, I was like, yeah, this is boring. I don't like these guys anymore. But I was doing an Astros franchise. I think I was in Seattle, and I made it 8 2/3 innings on a no hitter. And then I like gave up like a 2-run home run or whatever, or like a home run that like tied the game. I was so fucking mad. It's like, cause I always sucked at the game, mostly because I picked the worst teams to play, and then I wonder why I couldn't do anything. I would always get like my formula every time I'd play the show, like franchise mode. Playing the team, I'd always get like 2 runs in like the third inning. I'd be like, all right, I have a 2-0 lead, and then I wouldn't do shit for the rest of the game. Then I'd take my starter out in like the 7th inning, and then my bullpen would always fuck it up. I'd always get the bases loaded, and then the next guy would always be like their best hitter, and then they'd always hit a grand slam, and then I'd break things.
Oh boy.
And
yeah, I mean, just last night, dude, it was so frustrating. I was playing, and yeah, I had the no hitter going against me. Dropped down the bunt. Finally got a hit. Started to ease up a little bit. But this kid he had pitchers throwing 102, and it's just so hard to like catch up to it in the game.
Oh yeah.
It's like, what can I even do? And his starter went 8 innings, and then I was like, okay, he took him out in the 9th. I was like, bet,
right.
Finally, maybe I can hit the closer, because it was only a 1-0 game.
Oh really? Okay.
I gave up one home run. That was it.
Okay.
And yeah, no, I got shut out. His closer threw 102 as well.
Dude, it's like dude.
So,
you want to tell those people, it's like, dude, you need to find another hobby. Like, come on.
yeah, I'm just like, come on, man, this is ridiculous.
Yeah, why you gotta do this to me?
And it always puts me up against people who have like the best teams. Like, the kid wasn't good. His record was like 31-75.
Shit.
But his team was just so stacked. It's like, how do I even compete with that?
Yeah, I don't know. Do they matchmaking? Is it random?
It's like based off your wins.
Oh, okay.
So every time you win, you have this score, right?
Yeah.
And if you win, you get like plus 37, plus 40 like points. And then when it's looking for a match, it'll set you up like a point range. And as the longer it takes to find a match, it opens up the range more.
Okay.
So yeah, he's not winning games. So the score goes down, and then he plays me, who has a significantly better overall team. And he doesn't even have to be good, because it's just like his players are so good.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I get it. The games today, everything has to have some form of like skill-based matchmaking, but
yeah, I just feel like they need to implement more of like an overall team rating instead of just like wins.
Yeah, or like, I don't know, just like make a separate playlist. Like, make a ranked playlist that like you can go sweat mode in, and then just make an unranked one where you just play whoever.
Yeah, they have like just an exhibition, but
okay.
I like to be competitive. It's just tough when the system's like that, because my first game I played ranked season against people online. I mean, I changed like a couple people in my lineup before I could play, and upgraded them a little bit. And then I played a team full of diamond cards, and I'm like, how is this even fair?
Yeah, that's not right.
It like discourages people from playing online at first. It's but that's how that's what I want to do.
Yeah, it's almost like it's almost like a war of attrition. You just got to keep doing it until you finally break through.
Yeah.
And it's like, someone like me, I don't want to put in the time.
I feel that.
And yeah, that's why I only race now. I do racing games, which is like, that's the one skill-based thing that I'm okay with, because I do iRacing, and that puts you in splits based on, you have something called your I rating, which is like your score. So they put you in with people who are near your skill level, which is more fair, because you want to get put in with people who can't drive straight, but you also don't want to get put in with like fucking e-sport guys,
Yeah.
which would be annoying. So that's fair, I guess. Sometimes it's annoying, but yeah, everything else, it's like I'm not streaming on Twitch. I'm not on a pro gamer team. Like, can I just play the game?
Right.
But I don't know. Everyone thinks they're gonna be the next fucking phase or whatever, and it's like you're not, dude.
You're not. You're not that guy, pal.
Yeah, you're
You're
not
not
that
that
guy. If you wanted to make it on the internet, get a time machine and go back 15 years and be the first guy to do something. Like, it's one thing to do it for fun. Like, if you make videos for fun or like stream for fun, that's fine. I have no issue with that. But the people who try to do it thinking, "Oh, I'm gonna get a sponsorship from Mountain Dew," like, no, you're not, dude. You're just wasting everyone's time. But anyway, that's a rant for another time. So, anyways, to close out on the foreign substance thing, I agree. I think I agree with you on the whole thing because it's like, why are you like, you're doing something that's illegal, so why are you mad when they start enforcing it?
Right.
Even though, yes, it kind of sucks that they just decided halfway through the season, but if I'm doing something that I know is against the rules, in the back of my mind the whole time I'm thinking, well, at some point they're probably going to enforce this, so I need to be prepared for that. And I guess a lot of them were just flabbergasted by that decision.
Yeah, I mean, they would have just followed the rules and none of it would have been a problem.
Yeah. But pitchers whine. I guess that's just what they do. It's part of the game. How can you not be romantic about baseball?
So who do you think's the first one to be suspended?
First one to be suspended? First one to be. Well, I would say Trevor Bauer, but he's probably smart and he's going to stop. It'll probably be some no name guy or like some mid-level dude that's like,
Yeah.
he's like people know who he is, but he's no like Madison Bumgarner. Like, he's going to be like a, oh wow,
Like a
okay,
third rotation kind of guy.
yeah. Because I don't think it'd probably look bad for baseball, even though they're enforcing their rules, if like they suspended a top star, even though that might discourage people from cheating. But as like a brand,
Yeah, it's just going to be tough to see. Like, I mean, they have to know that they're cracking down. I mean, they obviously do know that they're going to be checking, so
yeah, hopefully people
they're just going to be stopping using it, or they're just going to try to get tricky with it or something.
Because like that'd be something I would be for, them trying to buck the system like that. I would be interested to see how they do it,
and just get caught.
and then just get caught anyways and get suspended. But
yeah, that'd be awesome.
That'd be fun. It'd be funny. I'd laugh. All of them whine, it's not fair. Yeah, well, maybe don't cheat then, stupid.
Right.
So, yeah, it's an interesting development to say the least. So you got anything else you want to talk about?
I don't think so. I think that's pretty much all the major stuff.
Yeah, I'd say so. Bucks keeping it alive. Very exciting to see. There's finally hope again, even though there was hope before, but it's becoming more realized now. It's like, oh shit, Game 7, okay.
Yeah.
This shit might happen. And Brewers need to pick it up. I just got my notification. They just lost 7-3.
Yeah, they posted on Twitter the final score, and they said Bucks won.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, that's pretty funny. And then, foreign substances, always a fun thing to talk about. And, so hopefully, next time we do this, Josh will get off his ass and actually join us. So he can, what's the word? I don't know. Give us his great commentary on the Brewers, Bucks. I'm sure if the Bucks win the series, he'll say it wasn't worth it because now we're going to have to pay Giannis or some stupid shit that probably doesn't make any sense. We'll have to pay him again. Like, it's not worth it.
Now we have to double his contract.
We're not gonna be able to pay for the future. Um, so yeah, next time I'm sure we'll probably talk more basketball, baseball, maybe some more Aaron Rodgers drama if anything else comes up. But yeah,
Yeah, well, for sure. I wanna get Josh's input on the foreign substances. I'm excited to see what he has to say about
yeah, I'd
that.
like to see what he has to say, if it's grounded or if he just goes crazy with it and says, pitchers are people too, man, or something stupid like that. But
He hits us with everybody should be able to use whatever they want. Steroids, anything, sticky stuff, whatever, all goes.
yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
That would be awesome.
That would be good. I actually wouldn't mind that. So, Josh, if you're listening, get your notepad ready. Start writing this down. But, yeah, I'd like to thank you all for listening to this two-man show we got going on. Dean, you have any final closing words?
Just remember to subscribe and follow on Spotify, and we'll be back.
Yep, and then be sure if you want a shirt, Josh will hear this, so he'll be on board too. Either comment on YouTube or our Instagram, which is the one and only Hot Take, and you will be entered, or you'll automatically win a
Or
t-shirt.
you'll automatically.
I don't know. I don't know how it'll work, but we'll figure it out. Don't worry. And thanks for watching. We'll be back next time with the full crew, and go Bucks.